Justin Delatorre with FightHubTV.com here with Francisco Rivera. Francisco, you're taking on Alex Soto May 15th, UFC in Virginia. Let us know what you think about Alex as an opponent.
I've seen him fight against Michael McDonald in his last fight. I think I'm a lot more powerful than Michael, so it's going to be a good scrap. Hopefully he comes out and wants to stand and put on a show. That's exactly what I want, exactly what I need for this fight. So on a short notice, I'm ready. I've been training I was supposed to fight that Tachi fight, so I'm in shape, and I'm ready to do this on May 15th.
Cool. You mentioned that you were supposed to fight at Tachi Palace May 10th, and then you got the call a few days ago from the UFC. What was that like? You hearing they wanted you back on short notice, but you're preparing for a fight, so you're pretty prepared. You should be prepared.
Yeah, I got the call from, actually a text message from my manager. He was like, hey, I got you back. I'm like, got me back where? And he's like, back in the UFC. And I was like telling him, don't fuck with me. You know, I was like telling him, this better not be a joke. And he was like, no, I got you back in against Alex Soto May 15th. And I'm like, I was just so happy and thank God. And cried a little bit with him. I was just really excited. And I'm already training. I was already training for a fight, so it made it even more better and made me feel even more confident. So it's going to be a great fight.
Cool. Alex Soto, you've mentioned that you've seen him fight a few times. You were hoping that he wants to stand and bang from you. What do you really think he's going to want to get caught up in wanting to stand and bang with you? Think you have the best power in probably one of the better strikers in the 135 division. Do you think he's going to want to stand and showcase his standing skills against you?
I think so. I think he has to come out and prove himself after his last fight. So I'm sure he's going to try to come out and feel me out. But once I hit him, I think he's going to panic and try to take me down. But I've been working a lot on my wrestling and jiu-jitsu, so I'm 100% ready for that. So I'm hoping he wants to stand and bang because I know I can come out with the win of this one.
Cool. Your opponent that we were going to fight at Tachi was a grappler, so you mentioned that you have been preparing for that. If you do, if he does take you to the ground, or if the fight does hit the ground, do you see yourself getting back up, or do you think you could finish him possibly from the ground?
I would like to get back up and put on a show. That's my game plan, is to fight the takedowns, scramble, get back up, and show the UFC and that my hands are what I have. So I was training for Casey Olsen. He pulled out. He's a wrestler. Alexander Crispin, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. So my last two opponents were supposed to be ground guys, so I've been focusing a lot on my ground. My stand-up's already 100%, so it's going to be it's perfect timing, perfect opponent, so I'm ready.
Cool. Do you think if you hit any bantamweight fighter and with a clean shot, you're going to knock him out, or do you think many guys could take your punch?
We'll see. I mean, a lot of them could take punches, especially the guys in the UFC. They're tough. So, but then again, I think I could hit harder than most of the bantamweight guys, especially if it's a clean shot. So we'll see. I'm hoping this turns out my way, and I can show them that I have heavy hands, and that's where I belong, and I come out with the win.
Cool. Having fought under the Zuffa banner, once in the WEC, once in the UFC, this being your second time around, what is it going to be like? You're familiar with the territory. You've done it once, or you've done it twice. Now what's this going to be like, fighting again?
This is what I've been wanting again. I've been begging for the second chance, and there's no way I'm going back down. I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to make sure I give it 100% and come in confident. I already know what it's like to be in the big show, so I'm not nervous. I'm not worried about anything else but just to get in there and fight.
The first two fights under the Zuffa banner, were there a lot of nerves for you?
Oh yeah, especially the first one against Eric Koch on a week's notice. I wasn't really training, and I was at featherweight at 145. And it was on it was a main card event, so I was freaking out, cameras, and then against Ruben Duran, I broke my hand in the first round. I was casted up for 6 weeks, so it was in my way. It didn't turn out my way. Those two fights under Zuffa banner, so I had to prove myself and come back and get these 2 wins, and now I'm back in there. So hopefully this time around it'll go my way.
Enter code HUB749 for a domain name discount and enter the codes below for other great discounts from GoDaddy.com.